Hi everyone, it's me from my channel. Thank you so much for being here. In this video, I want to share with you some of my long-term investment strategies that have been working really well over these last few years. And one of them is investing internationally. You probably have heard many financial experts saying that it is important to diversify your portfolio geographically. But what does that mean exactly? Well, let's talk about that. When you invest in international markets, there are a couple of things that you need to keep in mind. Number one, currency exchange rates. When the US dollar strengthens, as it has been doing these last few months, it makes other currencies less valuable, and therefore it makes their goods and services more expensive. This is why we see inflation going up in Europe, for example, because the euro is weaker compared to the US dollar. So when you invest in a foreign market, and hold that investment in a foreign currency, a decline in the value of the dollar versus that foreign currency will increase your purchasing power. In other words, your money will go further. Let us say you buy shares of a German company that is based in Europe and that trades on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. That company's stock might be trading at 100 euros per share today. The exchange rate between the euro and the dollar might be 1-to-1. If you buy those shares and then the dollar declines in value versus the euro and the exchange rate becomes 1-to-0.20, your 100 euro investment is now worth $120. On the other hand, if the dollar strengthens and becomes stronger than the euro, then the opposite will happen. Your 100 euro investment will only be worth $90. So essentially what happens is the fluctuations in the exchange rates offset the fluctuations in the stock prices. Let me show you an example. This is the price history of Adidas. As you can see, over these last 5 years, the stock price declined by 47%. Imagine if you invested $10,000 into that company 5 years ago. I know that this is just one example, and one example alone doesn't make a trend. So let me show you a few more. I'll start with Samsung. Over these last 5 years, the stock price declined by 12%. At the same time, the Korean won lost 6% of its value against the US dollar. So overall, the loss of the investment, including the currency exchange rate, was 16% versus 38% if you had invested into Intel. Next, let's look at Nestle. Over these last 5 years, the Swiss company lost 7% of its value. At the same time, the Swiss franc appreciated by 4% versus the US dollar. So overall, the investment would have lost 2%. Now compare that to PepsiCo. Over the same time period, the stock lost 11% of its value. And finally, let's take a look at Toyota. Over the past 5 years, the Japanese company lost 11% of its value. At the same time, the Japanese yen declined by 13%. So overall, the investment would have lost 5%. Now compare that to Ford. Over the same time period, the stock lost 22% of its value. So as you can see, investing in foreign assets may help you mitigate risk in case the US dollar weakens. However, it is important to remember that investing internationally comes with additional risks. Not only do you have to worry about how your investment performs, but you also have to worry about how the currency exchange rate will impact your investment. That is why it is so important to look at the data before making a decision. In addition to that, in my opinion, investing internationally makes sense when you live in the United States, and the majority of your investments is exposed to the US economy. For example, when I lived in the United States and worked as a corporate attorney, the majority of my investments were in the S&P 500. All of those companies generate the majority of their revenue in the US and are very sensitive to the economic slowdown in the United States. So that is why I started investing in European companies whose revenue is not tied to the US economy. These companies are typically more stable when the US economy underperforms. However, since moving to Europe, my perspective changed. Now the majority of my investments are exposed to the euro and the European economy. So I don't want to add more exposure to the European economy to my investment portfolio. That is why I am focusing on investing in companies whose primary listing is not in the EU and whose revenue is not generated in Europe. By doing that, I am diversifying my investment portfolio geographically and mitigating the risk that the euro might weaken against the dollar. The second way I have been able to mitigate the risk is by investing in commodities such as gold and oil. When you think of investing in gold, you usually think of the gold price. That is the first thing that you want to go up. What many people don't realize is that the gold price goes up when the dollar goes down. So owning gold can be a great way to protect yourself against inflation and a declining currency. So essentially, owning gold provides a hedge against the decline in the value of your cash holdings. Since I moved to Europe, I noticed that the gold price increased significantly. While the price of gold is still lower than it was 10 or 20 years ago, over these last 2 years, the price went up by 70. That is something that I would never see in the S&P 500. And of course, when you invest in oil, the price of oil needs to go up for your investment to make a profit. But generally speaking, when the price of oil goes up, other asset classes tend to perform well too. Let me show you an example. This is the price history of Chevron. As you can see, over these last 5 years, the stock price increased by 88%. And here is the price history of oil. As you can see, over the same time period, the price of oil increased by 103%. It's no coincidence that they both did really well because oil is Chevron's main source of revenue. So the price of oil directly impacts Chevron's stock price. It is important to remember that while investing in commodities may help you diversify your portfolio, commodities tend to be volatile and may not always provide a hedge against inflation. And the third way I have been able to mitigate the risk is by holding Treasury inflation-protected securities. These are special US government bonds that protect you against inflation. If you buy TIPS, you will receive the principal back at the end of the term, and you will also receive interest payments that are adjusted for inflation. This means that the interest payments will increase along with inflation, which helps to protect you against the decline in the value of your cash holdings. Now, I hope you understand why diversifying your portfolio geographically and investing in different asset classes may help you mitigate risk. Of course, this isn't the only strategy that I use to grow my wealth. There are a couple of other strategies that I haven't shared with you yet, so make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss them. If you enjoyed this video, you will most definitely enjoy this custom playlist that I put together for you with the most popular videos from my channel. I think that you will find them interesting and helpful. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you back for my next one. And if you enjoy reading, check out my newsletter. I'll see you in my new one tomorrow. Take care.